in tribes that were originally in America, and now like there's a debate that black people in general were here. I'm not even going to get into that. What I'm saying is that makes you no better than anybody in the world, period.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And I just don't understand why that's being put up as if, because I heard from one brother stating that they weren't immigrants, their people weren't immigrants, nor were they slaves. Hey, I don't care if my ancestors were slaves. Look what we have accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
You have to look at the accomplishments that were made. And we don't even have to go that far back. But the point is, if we want to bring it back, we can talk about Benjamin Banneker. We can talk about him. That's rarely talked about. Mathematician, scientist.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So this thing where you have to be a certain culture in order to thrive or in order to be something, hey, that's not valid at all, because all people from different cultures and countries have made a contribution to human society in general. I just want to say that.
Right.
So this whole Abo thing, oh, I was here before. Y'all peoples were slaves, and that, hey, it doesn't make you a better Negro or a better black person.
Yeah.
Stop it. Just stop the madness. Now, if you're claiming that you want to find your identity, it's kind of crazy. And a lot of people say, well, you're claiming West Africa. Well, what part of West Africa? Well, we don't know that, because there's a lot of admixtures that was going on, and even you had people coming that were slaves that escaped and went to Native American land.
At least we know it was West Africa.
Exactly. That was my point. That was my point. But you had people that admixtured in with Native Americans, or you had people that just went to the land region and took on tribal customs and names.
Right.
Just like John Horse. When you deal with the what is the Native Americans down there in Florida? Seminoles. Thank you, brother. Thank you. When you John Horse with the Seminoles, right? When you deal with that, they were black people. You had just black people that just joined in with the Seminole Nation.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that doesn't separate you from being who you are as an African American, if you want to call yourself that, or black person in America. I'm just saying this whole Abo thing is just out of control.
It is. Because if they understood the real history, they would realize that it was black people and those real true indigenous aboriginals that linked together to fight off being. And that's how they were accepted into the tribes.
Absolutely.
It's not that they were just here first. Let's stop that.
Mm-hmm.
It's ridiculous.
It's almost like the Hebrew claims of being mythological ancestry. It's ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
It's ridiculous. We want to be other than who we are. Go. Sorry about that, brother. Go ahead.
No, I just said the same thing, my brother.
No, you know what? Funny? And I thought about this. As you were speaking, it brings us up to current date topic. Because this is a common problem. Some people could know someone is in error. Whether they call themselves conscious community, Hebrew Israelite, or Christian. Right? They know what that person talking about is not. But to protect them from somebody exposing the ignorance, not just of the person, maybe just the misunderstanding of the information, right?
Mm-hmm.
You would get a Hebrew Israelite to side with somebody believer just because they're a believer. And so at that point, they say throw all the information out the window, right? My question is at what point do we acknowledge that this technique only hurts us and not helps us?
Yep.
Come on, man. What you're doing is you're helping people celebrate their own ignorance. You're not helping them grow. How you helping somebody grow? So, for instance, I just had a whole little escapade over the past week. Everybody knows Love Poem or Historical Icon, or she goes by Say Love now. What happened was when she got out there and tried to challenge the molecular biological evidence of evolution, right? But she didn't post anything that actually challenged it. She went after Charles Darwin and things like that. And come on, man. You got to understand that the theory of evolution and where we're at scientifically today has surpassed Darwin. Am I correct?
Yeah. Most definitely.
I'm not saying that he didn't have some basic foundations or some things. And that's no different than the Islamic scholars that knew about it 1,000 years before him. All I'm saying is
what was she pointing out that was wrong with what Darwin said?
I don't know, bro. She was kind of all over the place talking about the LGBTQ community. She got into talking about what was the other thing she mentioned? She was just saying that biology itself is flawed. But I also, well, this is where I do my gun real quick, because I asked them, well, you don't believe in pathology, right? If you don't believe in pathology, you don't even go. You got some kind of section or something like that. You don't even know about it, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. You get into the realm of pathology. Pathology is birthed from biology. But what I was talking about specifically was the molecular biological that supports evolution. That's what I was talking about. Now, to bring this up to speed, we got this clown Kofi. He sounds like a Brit, but where he's from, over at this point. But my whole point is he calls himself a Hebrew Israelite, and he loves to go against the grain. The moment this woman said biology was bullshit and you're co-signing, why? Because my name is on threads, bro. You done fucked up. When y'all agree?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I want to know how you think biology is flawed and it's so good. So I bet you when you get sick, you go to a doctor. It takes biological studies to be a doctor. Again, that biological studies gave birth to pathology. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna mention his name in a little bit, Because I wish to call him out. I'm gonna punish this boy, bro. Because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the fraud from him. He make these little short video clips. He like to take a portion of what somebody says and make it into his own content. So you dealing with a straw man, ad hominem, and all that stuff from the get-go. Yeah, we're not doing that. Add him to the chat. He stuck his head in the chat. He ain't say not one word.
Yeah, because he's observing how. Yeah, he's trying to observe how he can kind of counteract what you're saying, and he really can't. First of all, you got to understand what biology is. You got to understand what biological evolution is, and a lot of them don't understand. They really don't understand Darwin. They really don't. Now, they get the ties from Darwinism, and then they mesh it up with eugenics, right? Which was like later. That's not what Darwin was talking about at all.
It wasn't.
He wasn't even involved in that. He was dead by that time. So that I'm just trying to figure out how they just trying to mix that up together.
Bruh. They like playing games. And what is it? They're just regurgitating rubbish that they heard on YouTube or from somebody else on the post. And they say, something. It's no different than the garbage man. We cleaned his ass up. I'm just saying. This is what happens when you're dealing with piss poor scholarship. It's easy for me to sit up here and deny, but I don't have nothing to back me up. I have no alternative. I have no working model. That makes it pseudo, right? Okay, last time I checked, that's the definition, man. So we have brothers like Eric Nieves, which is an opportunist. I'm going to call you out, bro, right now, Nat. You're an opportunist. You knew exactly why I called him pseudo. And if you don't understand by now, understand now. Like I said, I'm going to be calling some shots throughout this call, throughout this broadcast. But Kofi, from Tariq's Final Battle, is a complete fraud. How the hell did you put up a post? People come on, challenge it with information, and you suspend their account. Then you keep talking to them. You keep tagging their name as if they can respond to you. Like you don't know what you just did. You muted their account. Didn't have the adapt how somebody ran from you. That's a coward move. And anybody know anything about the heavy hitters as the founder of that? That's something I did not allow, man. Don't take people's voice away from them. Let them speak. Let them embarrass themselves. They can't answer you. Let them stand there and look stupid. You get what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Because at the end of the day, the information you put forward is going to stand. It's going to stand. If all they beat you with is disbelief, disservice, insult, that's not disproving you. And why should it even bother you? That's a total stranger. Their opinion that you doesn't even matter. The information matters. So at the end of the day, I want to give a big old F you from the whole effing show to all y'all goofy ass goddamn they want to come out here and challenge us, but then turn around and all you do is spin around and chase your goddamn tail. You're not dropping nothing. You're disingenuous. And then the information we drop, all you can do is deny. So you're academically honest. I'm gonna put that on the record. I'm gonna let y'all go.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Bro, I don't even care who get mad about it. Let them get on this goddamn broadcast and express that anger then.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you that we be still in the same. They can't prove shit. Or disprove anything.
Right.
And that's funny to me. To see that people want to promote this to make me debate Kofi, and you done teamed up with a well-known fraud. Both of y'all are well-known fraud. What are y'all trying to do to me? That don't rank me up no higher than where I'm at. It looked like I beat up on the handicap. In all seriousness, am I right?
Mm-hmm. You right.
I'm not about to let nobody make a fool out of me, man. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm gonna leave the boy alone. I'm gonna leave that girl alone because they're not ready.
Oh,
I'm serious. My wife told me that earlier. She leave them folks alone, man. They not ready.
Mm-hmm.
I've been calling y'all out for a whole week on the same topic. I put up molecular biological evidence. Now y'all tell me that this is wrong. What's y'all gonna tell me? It's a white man's side?
Because it came from Darwin. And Darwin believed that enslavement of people was barbaric.
Right.
And his family supported the abolition movement. I wonder, do people understand what the abolitionist movement was about?
Man. Well, they obviously was trying to abolish something. And what was that? Slavery.
Absolutely.
They was trying to abolish the whole idea of separatism.
Exactly.
If you really get into the study. But no, it's the white man's science, bro. What about the Islamic scholars 1,000 years before him?
Before Darwin. He only stood on the shoulders of them.
Oh, man.
He furthered their works.
It's the same thing with those who deciphered the Mesonetic. It was Islamic scholars first that did it.
Yeah, definitely.
But of course, at that time, they're going to give the credit to the what you deem the white man.
Mm-hmm.
Why the hell would they give these darker skinned folks any kind of credit for this shit? Why? How long did it take before you realized that black folks created traffic lights? How long would it take for you to really dive into understand what George Washington Carver did? You know what I'm saying? They don't just readily give you that. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So what makes this any different? So you want to tease us and say, oh, you believe your fathers in this shit. These are white men. No, black folks had discovered this shit first. Stop it.
Mm-hmm.
Not even discovered it. They've been studying it. They observed it.
But the King James Version Bible, the King James Bible has more validity than evolution.
It's the most world trusted source, right?
Where we come from dirt, dust, and that has more validity, and that's not called White Man Bible, is it?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, but it come out the Church of England, right?
Absolutely. I just don't understand it.
What black man was in power in the Church of England in 1611?
They're going to say King James.
Oh man. See, now you about to hurt their feelings. I was hoping you didn't say that.
King James was black.
King James was a black man.
He was a black man.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over my account share in a second. I can't stay on a whole lot longer, but I'm going to share some things with everybody. I want to show you what or who King James was and who he's actually related to. I'm going to also show you his haplotype. It has nothing to do with Africans, period. I mean, to a certain degree, it does, like, if you look at it holistically, because everybody has a foundation in Africa. But what I'm saying is that by the time you get into the current state of how he was raised and all of that, it had nothing to do with African traditions.
Right.
Nothing. Yeah, see, it is amazing to me, bro. Like when we broadcast like this, you got all these people with all this lip. They would not get on these calls. They won't. They can make up all kinds of excuses in the world. Because my thing is if you got 3 or 4 hours to sit there and type on Facebook, you got a half hour to talk.
Mm-hmm.
You got a half hour to present the information. We can get this done real quick.
Well, according to what they so-called white man science, Darwin argued that humans evolved in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many fossil records to prove. There's a long history of hominids in Africa.
Without a doubt.
But yet it's being seen as white man science, and they're lying. And okay, and then you claim that the Bible validates that we came from Africa, that all humans came from Africa. So Adam and Eve, where did they come from? Were they on Earth?
Right.
Or were they on a different plane of existence? See, so this is where it gets kind of sketchy if you want to go from the biblical perspective.
Yes, sir.
But then you got to worry about the cherry pick.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it ain't literal. It's not literally. They'll play that game. Why are you saying that literally? So we're supposed to discern what is literal and what is non-literal. According to whom?
Right, bro. That's why I keep that's what I keep asking. On what authority does anyone have? You know what I'm saying? To make that call, right? According to whom? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
This is another thing that people have to understand. When they constructed this Bible that you read today, it was not constructed by holy men.
Not at all.
It was by several councils and certain priesthoods that decided what was going to be put into that Bible. Now, here's where this gets more important. Did Africans in America immediately get that complete version? No, they gave them a slave Bible, right? They took certain things out of it. Not saying that it made it any more true or real, but it's just that they feared that they would be inspired to rebel.
Yep.
And let me tell people this here while we on the live. Man, there was a lot of revolts There's a lot of revolts that they don't teach you in school. It's a whole lot of revolts. So don't think that our people just laid down and accepted slavery. Like, that was far from the case. It's been a fight since the beginning, from far as I could study. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
How I got a little bit stronger is where we not only were we unifying, but we had indigenous folks, and we had even some white folks that was helping to fight against slavery and things like that. Hold on one second.
Yeah.
This is my brother here. He couldn't make it on this call because he works out in the oil field. We got a lot of things going on, but he was trying to, just sort of token of support and things like that, which I appreciate, because I don't expect anybody to sponsor or contribute to anything that we doing. I believe, like, the real admins of this community, this particular platform, and also myself, of what we doing. We got it, man. We don't really need nobody outside help. It's just that people's participation would be great. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
That's kind of where we at with it. So yeah, man. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep it real out here, man. And okay, let me send this to him. So yeah, we just trying to, I was talking to Lyndon before we got on here, for like that. What we trying to do is keep it like what we introduced it as. You know what I'm saying? It started off as three, if you remember.
So it's three doing our thing.
And don't get me wrong, I believe that others will join. Others will join. It might be just that. People got caught up tonight doing something. Hey, it is what it is. I'm not here to question nobody or not like that, or put no pressure on, because I'm not paying anyone. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't want people to commit to something that they're just simply not going to do. And y'all know for yourself, we got a lot of people back here in this back chat that's been here damn near a year. And they have yet to even get on the call.
No.
Just a regular call. It's not even recorded.
I want to bring something to everybody's attention.
Yes, sir.
The history of the Bray School.
Let me say that again. The history of the what now?
The Bray School.
Okay.
It was an English philanthropist which funded the religious education of enslaved African Americans. And they financed the founding of the school. And its sole teacher was Anne Wager, taught 300 to 400 black children reading, writing, arithmetic, and Anglican teachings between 1760 and 1774. So you see, that was an indoctrinational process,
right,
in the religion of Christianity in America. It was called the Williamsburg Bray School. That was their sole reasoning of funding this school to teach the slaves how to read the Bible.
Mhm. You heard me?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. I was trying to send my bro this here information, but I'm listening to Ether because I need to jot this down.
Yeah, the
Y'all
brace.
still with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It was the Williamsburg Brace School, and they enforced pro-slavery ideology. See, so this goes hand in hand, and this is what Joy DeGroy was talking about: post-traumatic slavery syndrome. And this is after slavery, how we acting today, as far as the religious connotations that we have that affect us today. It's exactly from schools such as this.
Oh yeah.
And this is what you're combating. So therefore, you have cognitive dissonance that's coming into the community so hard that everything they learned in school and science, hey, they're not even trying to hear it. They're
Right.
not even using critical thinking.
Man.
Yeah, the Williamsburg Brace School. People really need to really look that up to understand what was going on during those time periods.
Man, oh man.
Because you imagine, the slaves, the African American, the Africans that were brought to America really didn't understand, couldn't even read or write English, writings or anything like that. And they could read and write their own language, because that's a misnomer. They always said they weren't educated. Our ancestors weren't. No. They knew their own language.
That's
They just
bullshit.
didn't know.
Exactly,
Right.
bro. Exactly.
Right.
Bro.
It's just a lie. They were very educated. Why do you think they brought them here? Because they knew how to plant and do agriculture. Right. They knew that.
And they
These were the
laws
best. Right.
that forbid you to learn how to read or write their language.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that need to be cleared out. And it's 2023. The information is out here. It's just people just want to turn a blind eye because they want to keep their religious,
Fantasies.
Going. And religion is dangerous because you'll have a lot of people just doing, like I just read about Prince, not getting that hip replacement because of his Jehovah's Witness affiliation, and how he just, destroyed himself with drugs, trying to get over the pain. All he needed was a hip replacement.
Can I say something, y'all?
Yeah.
Because what I've researched, and I found out that there is a lot of religious believers that absolutely understand evolution, and they have no problem with it. They just believe that this was part of God's process of creation, right? Look, there's nothing wrong with that.
The Catholic Church embraces it.
But at least they're acknowledging the fact. This is my problem with a lot of creationists. Y'all want to discredit evolution all the way around. especially this is the part I don't get. Well, we know evolution is based on what? Fact and scientific theory. And scientific theory is what? It's established. It's well substantiated facts, right? They can give people a very educated guess as to what's going to happen because of what? They've used the method of scientific method. So that means they have observed this thing over and they don't blow back in my face, right? Y'all feel me?
Yeah, I couldn't hear you, bro. Say it over again.
Oh, okay. So what I'm saying is it shouldn't take me a million times to throw a pile of shit in the fan and realize it's gonna blow back in my face, right?
Right.
Because now, after so many times of doing it, we know what what the estimated result gonna be. In a nutshell, that's what scientific theory is. It's an observation through testing. They test what they're testing, they're observing, and they do it over and over and over again. And what they get is they're getting certain results from it, and those results are recorded. So it's no longer really it's not so much a guess. It's like a thank you. It's like it's a predicament.
Well.
That's what you're predicting things. Now you're making a scientific prediction.
Yeah, but here's the issue. Everyday usage of the word is like an untested hunch. I have a theory. This is that, or so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But scientists say a theory is the opposite of that. It's a well substantiated explanation of an aspect of the natural world.
Right.
It's well substantiated. It's an explanation of how a certain phenomena in nature works.
Oh, hey, peace.
Hey, peace, Mika.
I'm
sorry about that.
And so people get it intertwined together as a theory. It's like, I have a theory, this is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the same thing as a scientific theory.
It's not by far.
It's not at all. And this is what's happening in our community. We're getting that mixed up. We're getting it misconstrued.
Well, you know what? It doesn't help. It doesn't help when you got several uneducated people high-fiving themselves on one common error. So it takes one person to get that mistaken, and then 5 other idiots to come through and high-five it, and then now everybody's like, "Oh, that's the truth." You get what I'm saying?
How y'all doing today? Yeah, so it's got to be about logic and everything at the end of the day, and knowing the difference. This is why semantics is very important, because there are different definitions when it comes to certain studies. Certain disciplines, and it might be the same word, but it may have a totally different connotation attached to it, especially when it comes to different disciplines.
Well, I get that, sis. We just can't play semantics when it comes to science, though. See, there's a difference between a theory, a hypothesis, a scientific theory, and a scientific conclusion. It's a difference between all of those.
Right.
And so we can't play semantics with it because they all mean something different.
Well, that means you are playing semantics with it because they mean something different.
Because I didn't say a theory was a scientific theory. If I could say I have a theory, or I could say this is a scientific theory, my theory doesn't match the level of quality of a scientific theory, if you understand what I'm saying.
Right, so I get what you're saying. So just by you putting scientific in front of theory, it changes it changes the meaning of it
Dynamics.
altogether. And that's why I say it is a semantic, because like once you remove a word or add a word to any type of sentence, it could change the whole outcome or meaning of what that sentence is or whatever you're discussing. You get what I'm saying? Breaking up, Melanin God. Hello, Melanie.
Yeah, he's
Can
been
you
going.
hear me?
He's been going in and out.
Yeah, but I just jumped on. I got the link. I don't even know what the conversation is. I just heard a little bit. Ifa, there's something going on with Samsung phones where when they get on the StreamYard, they cause yeah, brother, your mic is terrible right now, Melanie.
Yeah, I have iPhone, and I know I have both Wi-Fi and my data, but I'm in a safe place part of the house. Like, you know what I mean? It's quiet up here,
Mm.
and I'm not sure what's going on with that static.
Yeah, so whenever I get a chance, because I'm booked and busy, I'm gonna go over with you guys on different technical things to make a better cast. But right now with StreamYard and Samsungs, the Samsungs are creating echoes. That's why I had when I
Oh
came in
wow.
IFA, I muted your. I don't know how to pronounce your name, brother. Is it IFA or IFA?
Ifa.
It's Efa.
IFA.
You fuck.
Hmm.
So when I came in, mute your mic again, IFA. So when I came in, I muted his mic because it causes an echo, and I had ended up getting like I'll send it in the back check a warning saying that it has something to do with the Samsung.
Um,
Yeah.
I see. No, because I got an up to date iPhone.
Oh no, yours is only was like maybe you were moving around because you sound good and clear right now, and you was sounding good and clear when I first came on. But
Oh yeah, I ran to the back right quick to grab my charger. That's why I sound like I was going away.
yeah, so you good. It's just with the Samsungs, it's an issue. But let me just change the background to this because it got my shooting the shit on there and it's supposed to be the heavy hitters.
Right. I couldn't figure out how to do it. I was on my computer. I'm like, what the hell?
Okay, so next time we get a chance, I'm gonna go over those things with you as well.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
There we go. There we go.
Hmm. Um, but go ahead, take it away, gentlemen. I'm just coming in and just being a fly on the wall.
No, I appreciate you coming in and showing some support too, though, Mika. Like, clearly, as you said, was having some technical issues, and my laptop just died,
Hmm.
which is weird. My phone was dying, which was weird, and I got my phone charging now. But man, I'm gonna have to go out here and uh, create a whole new setup, like or at least where I could plug in my computer and because I did have some like actual slides I wanted to show tonight.
Hmm.
Um, of some things I was talking about, but I can still articulate it without it. You know, it's no big deal. Maybe that for the be for the next show. You know, but yeah, I appreciate you at least sliding in, showing some support, and helping us out. So, let me ask y'all brothers this and sister, you on here. What's y'all thoughts on the Hebrew Israelites premise that Palestinians want to just hurt black folks in America?
That's propaganda. When this thing broke out, which it's been happening for years, I can go we can go way back. This is not a new war. This war has been going on for years. Um, it's propaganda because like a lot of black folks in social media on social media was standing with Palestine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so to deter black folks from standing with Palestine, they want to put out this. The media is ran by mostly Democratic people, mostly, and so the Democrats want us to go and follow them. So, me, I don't take part in politics too much. So I'm neither Democrat or Republican. Uh, but
So you more nonpartisan.
yes, because my ideology is in order to beat the game of Monopoly is just don't play the game.
Thank you. I like that philosophy.
So you don't
So,
vote?
um, wait a minute. If I mute your mic so I can answer you.
All I ain't never had. We didn't have any problems before.
I know, but I get an echo when I
It's
talk.
echoing now.
Okay. So to answer your question, um, I did vote. I was very interested in voting. However, I was so interested in voting, I started partaking in the voting process where I was at the polls taking in the votes. I was there all night when it comes to when you had to vote. I was the one that you came and dropped your ballot to. And then I was so much into I ended up getting a job with the county registrar recorder where we processed the votes, right? So I was there processing votes and tallying up the votes. And one thing that I realized, because I was like, well, if we don't even vote for a president, vote locally, at least about local thing. And
Mm-hmm.
it was times, because I'm in the state of California, it was times that we voted locally on certain things and it was overturned by the Superior Courts. So, with that being said, I know the whole thing is rigged because when we were tallying up the votes, even when I took y'all votes, when I tallied the votes at the county register recorder, the person that they elected or whatever was already in office before all of the votes was even counted.
You
Mm.
got that right.
So it was already it's rigged. No matter if we vote or not, whoever they want, whatever bloodline they want, and this is borderline conspiracy theory, but I believe that this is true.
It's a fact.
Whatever
It's not
person they want,
conspiracy.
whoever they want or whatever person they want to be in that office, that's who's gonna be in the office whether we vote or not. And I was so brokenhearted when I found this out because I'm like, I'm sitting up there tallying up votes and I'm sitting up there still collecting votes and I'm watching the news and stuff and they already announced the winner and I'm like, how?
Well, yeah, you know what? Let me piggyback on you because you're right. Uh, what I do participate in like localized voting and state level voting. On a national level, I don't participate in it for the simple fact that it doesn't go by popular vote. It goes by college electoral votes.
Right.
And as soon as we start understanding that thing, we'll realize that man, you're playing a game. It's just you're just playing a game. You're not your vote is not going to make the next president. You get what I'm saying? It's not.
Your vote is not even going. This is sad. This is a sad truth. Your vote is not even going to determine what's going to happen locally in your state. It's not. Those things are
That's not
automatic.
true at all.
Well,
I'm talking
I,
by experience and working the polls and working for government agencies to count the votes. And
Not true at all.
I'm sharing the information that I know for a fact. I'm not.
Not
I
true
know
at
what it's
all.
like.
I have served on it as well. Not true at all.
Okay.
I can
I
explain it, but you go ahead.
listen.
yeah, on a local level, I disagree with you, Mika. But on a
I'm.
national level, man, I agree with you.
Okay. The reason why I'm saying this, right,
This I
is
stand
because
with you. I don't believe in none of it because it's all corrupt.
it
What
is.
have it really done for us in the long run? the bullshit
No.
crumbs they throw you, the bullshit promises, man, I will never vote. I will never put my energy into that. I respect anyone else's choices because it's your choice. But me, not me, bro.
Right. So I don't know what it's like in your state, Ifa, but I know what it's like in my state, and I'm in the state of California. So you might have a totally different experience, and I'm not gonna debunk that. But what I
Right.
know is that on the ballots, right? Even if they're voting for the president on the same exact ballots, are the local choices as well. So you're doing everything on one ballot. You know, it's like a couple of pages, and you stamping that thing, right? And then you turn it in. It almost look like a test card, right? And you stamping for everything that you want. Those things are determined locally, um, uh, uh, nationally, within the same day. Within the same day that the voting happens. And so we're still counting though. Like I'm literally counting thousands of votes all day long because I still do it. I still do it because I need some money. So whenever there's election time, I still make that money.
Right?
And I know that we're still counting, and they already announcing what passed and what didn't pass, and I still got thousands of other ballots in my hand that ain't even been accounted for.
Hey, can I
Hey,
explain?
family. Oh, go ahead, brother, please.
Okay. So, in any election, you always have people that back a campaign. What are they called?
You talking about those that back the campaign?
Yes,
Um, I know what
financially.
I know what you're
Oh, okay.
talking about.
So you're looking at those that endorse
The lobbyists.
lobbyists.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Absolutely
They're
correct.
endorsing your
Correct.
campaign
And why do they lobby a certain candidate?
because they're going to meet the criteria of their agenda.
To
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ifa, I'm sorry.
never mind.
Go ahead, brother. You forget.
No, I
Finish.
thought you was asking a question. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to speak out
It
of
was
turn.
a really bad echo when Melvin Guy was answering you. Go ahead, Ifa.
I'll mute my mic because yes, I do have an echo, sis.
Ifa. You were talking about lobbyists. Can you explain? Your mic is muted. You muted it on your own, sir. Oh, he left the Melanie?
Well, listen, he asked a question, and I did my best. He did ask a question, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Unless it was just rhetorical. I mean, come on, he asked a question.
He asked what a lobby is, right?
Right. Well, what I'm saying is that why do they why do they embrace those lobbyists? Because they support what the lobbyist is trying to put out there. Like, you know what I'm saying? It all works hand in hand, right?
Mm-hmm.
What I was just trying to answer that.
No, I
I
think
don't know.
because like while you were answering it, I couldn't hear your answer, so I tried to mute his mic, and then he started talking as I muted it, and so I guess he felt like I don't know. I don't know what he felt right then and there, but I was trying to hear what you were saying and hear because it was such a bad echo when you were talking. So I don't
Well, I'm
know.
sorry. I'm sorry because I thought he asked a question, and so I just wanted to give a quick prompt answer, like nothing drawn out, just an answer.
Mm-hmm.
To what he asked. I guess it was rhetorical, and I apologize for that.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I should just leave so he can come back because I don't know.
No,
I'm
it's
gonna just
not
leave.
you. It's not you. It's not even you. Look, I'm about to get off here. We've been on here for a couple of hours now. Um, I think that we
But
have talked about some things, and we have to revisit this maybe Wednesday when we stream again. But I've been on here a couple hours, and I do want to spend some time with my family. Um, but at the end of the day, I just think that there's more that meets the eye when it
right,
comes down to this shit.
right,
We
and
can't think that this thing is just squeaky clean and they're giving everything up to you straight, because they're not,
well,
and
we
we
want to
know that.
believe in the American dream. We want to believe that our ancestors fought for us to have rights and stuff like that. We
Well, our
want that to
ancestors
be
didn't
true.
our ancestors didn't fight for us to have the right to vote. They fought for the right to be human on a land that was, what I mean, that wasn't even theirs, but they was brought here, and some of them been here, but it was taken from them. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and so,
We got to understand that.
but so we're stuck in this ideology that our ancestors did no wrong, and we never really look at. Okay, we look at the right things that they did,
Shit,
but we don't.
some of our ancestors were slave owners.
Right,
Let
but we
let
don't
You
let
really
look at
get
the.
down to it.
Ra
Well,
let Ra
I have
let
my
me go finish.
ideology, but we don't look at the mistakes that they made to correct those mistakes. Yes, let's take from the good parts. Let's take those good parts that they did and incorporate it, but also let's tweak the mistakes that they made. You
Right.
Hmm.
understand? And so we live in this and it's like this mysticism in our mind that we want to, and we do want to honor our ancestors, but we got to realize
Part
that they
though.
made some mistakes.
That's right.
That's a fact.
We all make mistakes. When I see my brother's back, yes, he is. Brother, you back?
Let me see how it sound.
There you go.
Testing.
How it sound?
It sounds way
Perfect.
better. Oh,
Is it you getting it again?
yeah. Do you have him?
No, you sound good here.
Let me try something else.
If you have headphones, cause
Yeah, that's what I
I
said. I'm gonna get.
let me I'm gonna send you this in the chat so you can see what I'm saying.
Hey, y'all hold on to this now, because, like I said, I've been on for a while and I need to get off of here, but I do want to hear what Eva got to say, man.
How's it sound now? I got headphones on.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Yes, perfect.
Sure.
It's perfect.
Yeah, because sometimes you have to use the headphones. I was trying to fix that's why I cut off real quick.
Oh, okay. Now, what was your question?
So what I was saying was lobbyists find a candidate
Mm,
that they want to pass legislation on
mm,
in the interest of what they want passed for their community. So
mm,
voting is the end process. So a lot of times when people vote, in a sense, it's already done. It's an already done deal in a sense, right?
You got to explain the
You
sense that it's already done because I'm not understanding how is it already done.
because of lobbyists.
Mm-hmm.
So they're funding and backing a certain candidate to
Mm-hmm.
influence legislation to pass
Right.
in their interests.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So voting is actually the end process. That's like the bottom. That's like at the bottom. But if you like, okay, let's say for instance, Brother Lyndon was running for office, a certain office in the city, and we all got together and we put all our money together and backed him. We put all our money in. Okay, but Lyndon, when you get in there, this is what we need you to do.
Yep.
Lyndon wins. He's gonna deal with us first.
Yep.
Because we backed his campaign.
Yep.
Now, Dr. Claude Anderson talks about this in one of his books.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely gets in depth with that, and it's a lot of.
I'm
Yes.
sorry, Brother Eva. I
No,
don't mean
no,
to cut
no,
you off, but
no, no, no.
this
You ain't cut me off
series,
at all.
this series Scandal also elaborates on that atmosphere and type of behavior. Go ahead, brother.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. Claude Anderson really sums it up, and he's not even really. A lot of people don't talk about Claude Anderson
I
because.
follow him. I follow him definitely, most definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have any of his books?
I don't have any of his books, but I did. I caught on to him when he was on Hidden Colors. When I
Hidden
found out
Yeah,
about
Colors.
him,
yes,
he was on Hidden
yes,
Right.
Colors,
Yes.
and then I
yes.
started watching. I started following him like on YouTube. I watch all his interviews, like when he was on the Breakfast Club. So I'm very familiar with Dr. Claude Anderson. Yeah,
What?
but
Two books in particular:
mm,
Black Labor, White Wealth,
mm,
and Powernomics. Powernomics goes in to what we're talking about.
mm.
You can get that on PDF. Powernomics, definitely. And he's talking about how we got to galvanize together to get certain things implemented through. See, legislation rules the day. Legislation rules everything.
Mm-hmm.
City, state, government, nationwide. Yeah.
So, Ifa, I understand, right, that you want to vote locally for your councilmen and all of these
Uh
things
huh.
because eventually, and your lawyers and your attorney generals and stuff like that, because eventually they'll end up climbing the totem pole as like superior judges or senators and part of the Congress and eventually presidential, right?
Hmm.
However, the part that I'm confused at is that I understand the preliminary voting. So is that where the lobbyists come in when it's
Yeah.
during the preliminary?
Yeah. Yes.
Mm,
Yes, indeed.
mhm,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and the thing about it is, really, you were correct on as far as the national level. Yeah, that's electoral. Really is the deal on that.
Well,
You're correct on that part.
well, see, so understanding the electoral, that right there is one of those things I like to call an alternative fact. But when it deals with the electoral, it's based off the population of the state, right?
Uh huh.
And based off the population of the state, then you get a selected amount of senators. Am I correct? Is it senators
Yeah. 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 You're
or
correct. And
House
also
of
the prisons,
Representatives?
right?
House of
Also the prison.
Representatives.
Uh, also the prisons, right?
Mm.
Is it? I could be wrong.
Um, you said it's determined based off of how many prisons is in the state,
No, no, no. I said it's that clause with the prison. But go ahead.
whether they're
When I get in
private
my
or
mind.
federal prisons or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. They
Okay.
they're kind of like entered into it as well. Um, I don't have it all together. We can strike that, but sometimes my brain gets a little, the attic gets a little. I got to do some cleaning
Yeah.
in the
So here's
brain.
the here, here's the thing
I've heard
about
about
those.
that too.
Yeah, I don't know about the prison things. That's something to look into. But here's the thing, right? So those states with the lowest population end up having the biggest control, like Florida, for
Uh
instance.
huh.
And it doesn't it doesn't make logical sense to me because that's not a I don't think that's the swing. Is that the swing state? The swing votes or whatever. But the
Uh,
I think
but
go
it's
ahead.
so
Georgia.
most
Is it
presidents,
Georgia?
I don't know which one it is, but most presidents they feel
Mm-hmm.
like once they get Florida, then they won the election because that's the determining factor. And Florida is the lowest populated state, and I think it's like Maine or something. Another one like Maine or um, Massachusetts or some one of them East Coast states or whatever. However, but
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
so then when you look at big states like Texas, they it's a bigger populated state. You would think that the majority vote across the U.S. would be the determining factor, but it's not. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. I understand exactly what you're saying. But I would not say that voting in general, I mean, like I said, to each his own,
Mm.
and you're entitled. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I am not trying to be
Mm-hmm.
on this platform and say you're wrong. And no, I'm not saying that. But I can say there is validity in voting. I will say that
Yes, to a certain level. Absolutely.
to a certain level. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so in 2008, right, in the state of California, I was such a stickler on voting. Ever since I could vote, I was always a stickler on voting. I would get those little pamphlets. I would explain to everybody what's on the ballot. I would do shows about those things, let everybody know and inform people what they need to vote on and what they don't need to vote on, or you know what I'm saying, what the terminology meant if they didn't know, right?
Hmm.
So that was my thing. And so in 2008, the state of California voted against homosexual marriage because we
Hmm.
already had um, a civil marriages,
Hmm.
which was for homosexuality. So we already, I mean, not civil marriages, civil unions, which was
Hmm.
similar to a homosexual marriage. So we already had civil unions. So we voted against homosexual marriages, right? So the consensus said that no, we don't want homosexual marriages. Keep it as civil unions because they was afforded the same rights as if they were marriage, but it was just a different terminology for it, right?
Hmm.
And so what ended up happening is that the Superior Court overturned our vote.
Hmm.
That's when I lost faith in the voting process because how?
Right.
Hmm.
Nobody sent out no notifications because I check my mail regularly every day. Nobody sent me no notification that this was going down. Should I be at the court hearing or as a citizen or whatever, or what input that I can do to talk about it, whether I
Hmm.
was for or against it, because I really don't care about it. But I'm just saying that that's
Right.
when I knew it was a problem. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? Now, what state are you in, Ifa?
Maryland.
Maryland. I think your state, Maryland, I think that's one of those
That's,
swing states too. I'm not sure.
well, with it's Democratic.
It's a Democratic state. Yeah,
Yes, yes, it is. It's
yeah,
not Southern.
California is Democratic. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But you do realize, like, you know, when it comes to the civil rights movement and all that, that all was encompasses uh, due to voting.
Right. So they did want to vote. They wanted to like Melvin's guy said they wanted human rights. And so because we saw our counterparts, and I'm saying the colonizers voting and doing all that, we wanted to be included. And so
No, no, no,
yeah, I'm sorry, Ifa, and no shade, but we want when we started integrating and all that stuff, we wanted to be included in their process.
no, 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 no.
Okay.
That's the way you see it.
Hmm.
I could see some truth
So,
in that.
Huh?
so yeah,
I
he
said,
might
I said,
differ.
I could say some truth in that. Not with
So,
everybody, but with a certain
so
part of
if
our
you,
society. Yeah, but go ahead, brother Ifa.
so if you talk about the Emancipation Proclamation, what did that do? What 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 was that about?
Oh, that's a good question, brother. Cause I'm that one right there. That's a trick question.
So actually, it freed us, but without capital, to actually become citizens that can just operate on their own and become a part of this country, right?
Society, right?
Right. But
Okay, right.
yet and still, it was done. We were no longer slaves. So
Hmm.
once you're no longer slaves, you're considered what? A
Mm,
citizen. So it's not trying to be a part of nothing. It's a part of we're citizens now. So we're gonna. So what they did was what they came up with was Jim Crow laws. After that, see,
Jim
that's why
Crow,
legislation,
redlining.
right? So that's why I'm saying that legislation rules everything.
Absolutely. I could see your reasoning, brother.
I definitely get you, right? I don't know if you remember when I do my intros to the lives that I do, and I talk about the token Negro, you know. And
Okay.
so um just in my lifetime, I spent time with mayors and governors and chief of police and people that are in judges, legislation, and all those type of things, right? Law
Up
officials.
upper
And
echelon.
so I know it's a lot of black folks in those arenas. And so you would think, okay, since we got our people in here, that they will help get our agenda across.
Right.
But it don't never happen like that.
What about Thurgood Marshall?
I decline to answer that one
Okay.
because and I'm gonna just give you this right here, right? Just because I've been like brainwashed into working with the government because that's what most of my family does,
Right.
and so and I've done it for years since I was 14. And I even have my kids, even my oldest daughter, she still works with the government. So, uh, knowing what my heart is for my people versus dealing with the politics in those offices, I was the chief of police right hand man, right? So just dealing with those things, you have to conform. You can't even speak up on nothing.
So what did Thurgood Marshall do in his position? What
You
was
have
he
to
able to accomplish?
you have to tell me, sir.
You have
I'm
to
not a
enlighten me
Thurgood
too,
Marshall
brother.
expert.
He used the courts to fight Jim Crow laws and dismantle segregation in the United States.
But
All
that's the
right.
thing, and then we're gonna have to do another live on this because was segregation helpful to our community?
Yes, it was.
How?
How?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're talking now in 2023 and what you couldn't do back then, what you're doing now. So you are benefiting from that. Have you ever rode in the back of a bus?
You know, damn, I wasn't even alive then.
Oh, I'm just giving you
But you
examples.
do know we had our own.
Oh,
Wait. You do know we had our own buses, right?
that's not the point.
That
That's
is the
not that's
point.
not the point.
We
That,
had
that
our. Wait a
okay.
minute. Wait. No argument here. No argument. Just dialogue. Correct. So, if we had our own buses and we had our own forms of transportation that go to and fro, why did we need theirs?
It's not a point of needing anybody's. It's the point of being accepted as a citizen.
You could be accepted as a citizen within your own people.
No. If you're living in a country, this whole thing was a melting pot, right? Am I
Uh-huh.
correct? That's what this whole United States was designed to
What you
be.
want, baby? I'm
We
sorry,
were
let me know.
brought. Oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm letting you talk. I'm muting my mic, babes. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Thank
we
you.
were brought here just as labor. And once this country was built up, what do we do with all these black people? That was the biggest question. So some people went to Liberia. Then that slowly just got stopped. So they said, well, hey, we might as well make them citizens. But what we'll do is they'll be sharecroppers and things like that. And Jim Crow came in. Okay, so do we really want a society where we only can go where we are at? I have a problem with that. Now, economically wise, I think we can look, you have Italians that were immigrants that came to this country that were considered worse than we were. You had Irish people that was even lower than the Italians, but they built their economic basis and just came in and became citizens just like anybody else. So we have the better advantage because we've been here already for over a couple hundred years. So
Exactly.
why should we have to just only go to black places and things like that? That didn't kill our economy necessarily. That's not what happened.
This is what I want
That's
to
not
say.
what happened.
This is what I want to say to you, Ifa. Why the hell you keep dodging me on my interview with you, bro?
I knew she was gonna come with that. Hey, you know something? I'm a very busy person.
Mm,
I really am.
a
And
person makes time for what they want to make time for.
it sounds like that if your life doesn't include certain other things, but it depends on what type of family structure and what's going on in it. You can say that, right?
Mm,
And I also have time that I have to study and research.
okay.
See, because
So,
I don't do just top off the top of the head all the time. So a lot of times I have to prepare for a lot of things. But you will get that. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's just a lot of things that I'm doing. That's why I got off the chat because it's
yeah.
just a lot of things that I'm doing right now. And then I'm into music as well. So it's
Me
just I
too.
just
See,
can't.
we could have collaborated on the
Oh yeah, wait a minute.
music.
Hold up. What you do music wise?
I produce, I engineer.
What? No,
What are
you
you talking
don't.
about?
You
Make beats.
produce.
You
You
ain't even checked
produce.
out my technical difficulties album.
Oh, can you send me that in the messenger? Like certain excerpts or whatever
I'll just
that I
send the.
can.
I mean, I don't know what you're working on, but I can send it on you. I'll send you the YouTube. I think anybody can access the YouTube album.
Okay,
So I'll send the
okay.
YouTube
Wait
album
a
to
minute,
my.
you rap? Do you rap too, or
I
you just
rap.
do beeps?
I
What?
rap. You don't hear my intro? That's me rapping. What are you talking
I
about?
did not know that. Wow, crazy. Okay, okay. We're gonna make this happen though, but like I said, I can't make no commitments right now because there's a lot
I
of
need
things
you to
going.
commit to me, sir.
I know, ma'am. I know.
Uh,
I know.
Just at least
I know.
I'm doing my interviews Mondays and Tuesdays. You
Yeah.
guys got to check out. I'm just talking to the audience real quick. You guys got to check out the heavy hitters. They come in with the real raw knowledge, the stuff that's gonna make you think outside the box. And we're powered by the whole fucking show. So go subscribe, like. Um, the whole fucking show and the Heavy Hitters YouTube channel. Also, look me up, Mika Wash, and let's not forget DMG with the Paradigm Shift. Um, oh yeah, and let's not forget about shooting the shit. That's where my homeboy, Melanin guy, he's supposed to be on there. Paul, we just gonna be shooting the shit or whatnot. But Ifa,
Yes, ma'am.
if you keep dodging me, because it's been like almost a month
Yes,
since.
like I
And
said,
see,
it's
I'm gonna ask the hard questions, and no shade, but I have to do my job as an interviewer so that I can pull this knowledge out of you. Because
yes,
everybody, like I told Melvin God the other day, our people are destroyed from lack of knowledge.
yes, ma'am.
Period. So we got
Correct.
to put that knowledge out there. And then too, we be having the upcoming verses with Melvin God and Kofi, hopefully soon.
Kofi.
Kofi been dodging me too, so we gonna see because I have to do an interview with him too
I
as
got you,
well.
sis. I got you.
But I'm not gonna stay on here too much longer.
I ain't even. It was a nice conversation though. We can build on the political aspect because we kind of moved off and went to the political side, but that was you asked some very interesting questions. It was on point. On point
Right,
because there's a lot of
right.
people want to know stuff like this, and brother Lyndon chimed in as well. Great Great information.
Right. So we want to know, so I'll hit you up on some political things because we want to know what are lobbyists, what are preliminary votes, what are
Right.
what is the other thing called? The votes where you know what I'm talking about, bro. Where they
My mind is probably but I know where you're going. I know where you're going with
So we need to know. We need to understand the checks and the balances
Yes.
about the judicial system
Right.
and all those things. The legislation,
Gerrymandering and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's a lot of political terminologies that are not really explained in school and things like that. And it takes time because a lot of people don't mean to be, but a lot of people aren't politically astute like they need to be. It's important to understand politics before you enter into it.
Exactly.
But whether you know it or not, you're forced into it because I'm gonna say it like Huey P. Newton said. Politics is very simple. You know what it is? The definition is the distribution of wealth. That's in its simplest form.
Yep.
I can see that. The distribution of
I
wealth.
agree with you, brother.
That's all it is.
I can believe that. I could definitely believe that.
I always
And
say
we
the
gonna
same thing.
we're gonna get into that. It's a business. We're gonna get into the Black Liberation Army and also into the Black Panther Party and what it really meant. You know, I like getting into the social political aspect of things as well. So yeah, that fit. We gonna have that talk one day too. So
Have you ever heard of the Republic of New Africa?
I have, Scally, and that's out of Atlanta, right?
I want to say Detroit.
Okay. I've scantily heard about it.
Yeah. So the Republic of New Africa were looking for sovereignty within the United States.
Yeah, like splitting up the states, sort of like what the Confederacy was trying to do. Well, we were going to take the southern states.
Yeah, it was about resegregation.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's
so
crazy.
We'll touch on those type of topics, and we'll go over those things. Melanin God, did he disappear?
He may have. I'm not sure. But all right, family. And look, it's good speaking to y'all. Good hearing from you,
my brother. Same here, Sister Mika.
Yes, Sister Mika.
Well, can I put do I have permission to put my outro video on here?
Oh, of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm gonna put that, and then we gonna end it there. And peace and blessings to you guys.
Peace.
Blessings to you too. Peace.
All right. Show who you are. Good riddance. Is you kidding? Bid the forbidden. As it was written, you overbidding. With the heathens, karma is a bitch, so how you living? Pray for my enemies, unforgiving. Cast the pearls on hog moms and chitlin'. If it's too hot, get your ass out the kitchen. Finger licking good looking. Stewing in the stew, I'm cooking. You psyched out, paranoid and shookin'. Shook the table, babes, I'm booking. Get prepared for this ass whooping. Listen to the words being spoken. You were talking, I'm awake and woken. While I'm spitting this, got your spit, got choking. Era up, a glimpse in my world, eyes shut open. Parallel in my mind, I'm chosen. Reverse the time, heart frozen. Antarctica, cold as ice. Casting locks, rolling dice. Mean as nails, I'm nothing nice. They persecuted me like they rejected Christ.